Good morning, viewers. You're welcome yet again to another edition of your program, My Opinion on Clevenard TV. As usual, my name remains Franca Idemudia. And with me in the house this morning to discuss on the state of the nation that have Mr. Lawal, Ayoola, who is the managing partner, LRA Consulting, and the board of director, Diaspora Investment Group in the UK. Mr. Lawal, welcome to My Opinion.
My pleasure to be here, and thanks for having me.
Hello, Mr. Lawal.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I said you're welcome to My Opinion.
I said my pleasure to be here. Thanks for inviting me here.
So how's the day going?
Well, we just started. It has been great. It could always be better. And yours?
Yeah, beautiful. Let's go.
Okay. What did you say?
Can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Well, that's a good one. Which aspect of myself do you want me to talk about?
Like, the audience would like to hear about your exploits in the diaspora.
Well, basically, my name is Lawal Ayoola. I really want aka LRA. A family man, and I'm based in Scandinavia, specifically Sweden. And I'm the managing partner of LRA Consulting with the headquarters in the UK and working branch in Sweden. And also one of the board of directors of Diaspora Investment Group. I'm an active player in Nigerian politics and in diaspora, and also one of the advocates for a better governance in Nigeria, in which I belong to so many NGOs, non-governmental organizations in Nigeria and in diaspora in that regard. I think for now, that is what I can say about myself.
Is that right? Like I said, it's good to have you with us. And a few months back when we spoke, you were actually speaking to me from Nigeria. And until date, I'm still wondering, as in, I don't really understand. Like, most of us are actually making plans to leave this country, and then you are coming in to say, look, I want us to start making the necessary changes here. So if I may ask, why politics? And if it's going to be politics, why Nigeria?
That's a very good question, and many people have been asking me that question. What are you coming here to do? When many people are looking for the opportunity to leave the country in a way. But one thing I've discovered is many people want to leave the country, not just to leave it for good, not returning. They're just looking for the opportunity, a greener pasture, in which I believe on the average, here we too, they want to contribute back home to make it a better place. For me, I've been opportune and I've been blessed, and I've seen that no matter where you go, home is home. And this is quite easier for you if it's something that is in you. Almost of the countries that we are living, I live in one of the best countries in the world, and that region is the best, always first 10 or first 5 best countries in the world in terms of everything, which has been proven by the global indexes. But moving forward, not to deviate from your question, why I'm coming back home is I've seen that nobody will build our country for us. Nobody will build it for our generations to come if we don't be part of the players. Because if all of us decided that, okay, we are no longer coming back, we're out of the country, we're outside the country, we are blessed, we are opportune, and we are not returning to this country the way it has been managed over years. Of course, if you don't do anything now, what do we expect in the future? It will even be worse in what we are seeing right now. That is one of the reasons I believe, because I've been blessed, I've been touched, and I need to get back home to be part of those people that could be able to restore the glory of this nation and move and make it sustainable than we could imagine our own generation and generations to come. Thank you.
It's all right. It means you still believe of Nigeria as a country.
What, ma?
There are many people, even within, that do not believe in Nigeria as a country.
Yeah, basically, Nigeria is an entity, but we have to look at it from different perspectives. Some of us that still believe in Nigeria as a country, and so many people don't even have idea, don't even believe at it as a country. We have to walk a mile in their shoe. You have to understand where they resorted to such ideology. Of course, if you really look at it, we decify it to be candid with yourself, you won't call a Nigeria a country. For me, I will even call it a village that is disorganized and which has been built on sentiment and emotion. And for you to build a nation on such is not sustainable. It's like building a mansion and you want it to be sustainable on sand. And that is our own responsibility now to see how we can collectively build it as a nation. Because for me, I've been opportune to born in the West, school in the West, serve in the East, work in the East, move to the North, work in the North, lived in the North. I've been able to see what Nigeria is all about. For me, coming out to say, wow, it's not about Nigeria itself, it's about the people that are governing us, and it's about we, the citizens ourselves. And I've been opportune to reach to different parts of the world, live in very developed countries, and I've seen what it is all about. It's not just about the country itself, the structure, the entity, but it's about the people in it that really make it in Nigeria. For me, I still believe in the strength, in the unity of our country, because we are so diversified, so blessed with natural resources, human capital, whatever you might talk of. Unfortunately, we lack one thing: sincere leadership, sincere politicians. And it's now another effect now is becoming insincere citizens. But we hope we can do our own little, we can play our own little part before we leave the stage for the generations to come.
I will actually get back to that question later. You have to speak extensively on that question later on. But I want you to explain the country Nigeria as it stands now. With all the natural resources at our disposal, do you think we are where we ought to be?
Well, that's a very good one, Mrs. Franca. But I know you know the answer. But you just want me to say something.
I want to hear
I will tell you, it's not something we need to, it's absolutely negative. Absolutely negative. Because for me, I've seen Nigerians just, they're just existing, they are not living. That is what I would just put it. Nigerians are just, average Nigerian is just living. They're just existing, they're not living. Because there's no quality life. Where a country where the insecurity is on the high side, no good health, unemployment is always on the rise, and even the available job, the pay is not enough to take the people home. Why so many people? The system is not. It's been managed not to be for the average citizen, not to talk of the poor. And a country whereby they have abundant resources and it's been managed in a form that is not meant for the average, not to talk of the base of the pyramid, the main citizens, the masses, then it's a messed up country. Yeah, that is what I was saying now. For now, the leadership and everything in total is messed up. It's messed up. But the point is, we don't want to tell the truth to the power. And the citizens, the little ones, the people at the base of pyramid, they are comfortable with the little ones, the peanuts they get, That is just, it's so unfortunate. And the people are becoming coward. They will say, oh, they always tell you, is that, is poverty. Okay, we understand. But if you don't do something, will you change it?
But what do you expect of the people in this scenario? What would you have advised the people to do? Is there really a way out? But most people just keep quiet. But
You speak up. This one I'll just put in. I'll just put it directly. Put your speak up. People should speak. Should stop being coward. You know, it might not be politically right to say that an average Nigerian is a coward. It might not be politically right, but we have to tell the truth to each other. We have to tell the truth to each other. If you don't like something and you don't speak up about it, if I'm doing something, for example, I'm doing something to you, maybe every morning you wake up or you prepare your food. Maybe you wake up maybe in the middle of the night to prepare the food you want to take to work the next day. The next day, I will just come in, pick the food you're thinking, I will come back to you, you smile. You won't see me, you shake me and everything. Every day I keep doing that. But in you, you know that you are not happy. But if you don't take an active action, if you don't take an active step to stop that, I will keep doing that. And that is what is happening. It's just a simple analogy I'm trying to give.
yeah, I think I'm trying to understand you, but you see, we've had it in the past situation where some youth try to stand up and they try to make some changes or the other, and it's never really been effective. So in such scenario, what would you say?
Oh, that's a very good one. However, it lacks the details that could make me to make a decision on to give you to talk about that. But I know that is there continuity in what they have done. You just done it once and you expect to change. It doesn't come that way. It's nothing come that way. I was even surprised. I'm a member of APC. I saw what happened. For example, I saw what happened during the EndSARS. Yes, I took part in the EndSARS in Sweden. I obtained the permit. We did a protest also. It is not about party, but about Nigerian, the brutality and how things should be done. Yeah, we did that. We saw what happened. Even the Lagos State government set up a panel in which they set up the panel. They even refused to acknowledge, you know what I'm saying, the result of the panel they set. But the youth now, everybody has gone back to their cocoon and they're waiting for this and they're waiting for, even immediately after the program, you saw most of the people that are even led it, they turn it to comedy. Who will take those people serious? Who will take them serious? They've gone back to their normal lives. They started even making money from it. They turn it to comedy. Who will take them serious?
As if nothing happened at all.
As if nothing happened. Even the party, they know, okay, my party, the party I belong to, APC, was still, and I had the by-election then. And seamlessly, they still won that election. Come on. I think there's a need for even the youth. The youth themselves, they need to know what they want. And it's not just one strike, it's a continuous thing. You know what I'm saying? Giving back to a child takes 9 months. It's not just after 1 month and you give back to a child, even to grow a child,
And I guess that's why you're on ground now. At least the youth here might not have that, should I say, tenacity to continue with things like that. But with people like you, we can always have continuity. Am I right?
Well, I won't say you're right and I won't say you're wrong. But the youth, it's all about the discipline. It's understand what you want and how to get it. The youth, they have it, they've got it, but but they are not ready to activate it. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one of us has got that tenacity in us. It's an inborn. It's like the muscle. We have to develop it. You have to see the end first. You have to see the end in mind. You have to put the ends in mind. It's like burning the boat. When you are going to the other side, you cross the river, and you burn the boat. That I either make it here, I die here. But none of us is ready to sacrifice for each other anymore. We are not ready to sacrifice for the country. It's just, Nigerian, proud Nigerian, just a lip service. It's just a slogan.
Tea party, Mr. Lawal. It's not as easy as we actually think it to be. But it's okay. I hope the youth are listening to this and then they will take one or two lessons from the advice we've given so far. But now let's look at the 2023 general elections. With what we are seeing so far, what are your thoughts regarding it?
Well, to be candid, my own thought might be different from majority of the thought, but I think I still align with some of the that might not be 2023 election if it's not well managed right from now because of the agitation across board. And even the political parties are not getting, they're trying to get themselves right. They say it's politics. But the agitation left and right and the crisis we're having left and right doesn't detect there might likely be 2023 election if it's still done on this constitution.
Is that right? Thanks so much. Now, we've had subsequent leaders till now, and 2003 will be having the opportunity to elect new people into leadership in Nigeria. Now, I want to believe that these same leaders that we keep having and will still continue to have traveled. Okay, they'll see one or two things. Why is it that it is difficult for them to diaspora investment and developmental ideas in this nation? Why do they go out and they see things and instead of bringing those things back here, they don't really work with it? They prefer to just go there and they relax and then they come back here and they forget whatever they've seen over there. Why?
Okay. That is quite simple. It is not. It's quite simple to understand. But if you are not really into politics and you are not close to these leaders, you might not really be able to read them. That is why these questions keep coming up often when I discuss with people, when I have the opportunity to discuss with people on this kind of issue. You see, most of the people we have in politics today, they don't really have the interests of the people at heart. They are business politicians. You know what I'm saying? All they need is the money. And they come there as tourists. They don't really have your interests at heart. But they have understood how to grab Nigerians. They understand the method. They studied it. They understand it. And that is what they are playing out. It is normal, as you rightly asked now, for if you have not seen something being done before, you travel abroad, you see how it's been done. It's not just saying it. You need to probe further. How can I make this thing happen in my own country? But one thing is this. They don't want you to be light on them in the sense that they know that once they do one project, there's always that stage. People will sit back. Say, oh, this year has done this. But later, some sort of people will come out. How much have they used for this project? It's better for them to get that money, not even mention any projects, you get what I'm saying, and keep the money in their bank account. Because at the end of the day, whether they do it, they don't do it, they will still be questioned. And if you have external motive, interior motive, if you have interior motive, it's better for them to say, oh, okay, let me steal 1 billion naira. At the end of the day, even if they know, don't let me spend anything. At the end of the day, if they know, I've already invested it. When you even invest 1 billion naira, not to talk of dollars, in an account, in a current account or fixed deposit account for 6 months, the return. Not to talk of, because at the end of it, they are not even going to get them. They will still just, even if anything is going to happen, they will just sentence the person, him or her to maybe 4 years imprisonment, and the money is there, generating money. Okay, if I don't spend it,
immunity. They don't even get, even if they don't even get punished.
You saw what happened. LRA and co were just released after $1.6 billion being,
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? They will definitely come out when they are needed. And I've not heard that they return any part of the money or their property have been seized.
That's true.
And when we are even asking these people to return this money, what is the interest rate on all the properties? Use the correct interest rates. You calculate the present cost analysis and the future cost analysis, and the difference, you make it out. Nothing like that is done. Nothing like that is being done to anybody. Even if you've invested the money, if you return the money, nothing else. When you don't see the sincerity of leadership in what people are doing, what do you expect? That's why I say Nigerians are just existing; they are not really living. Recently, we heard of the man, AGF, Accountant General of the Federation.
Yeah.
80 billion naira. That was alleged. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And people, nobody's talking about it. People are not coming out to protest about that. As if it's normal. It's not normal in the country for you to make money and you will see are celebrated. Don't be surprised in the next 2 years. You might even be financing some of these people buying the ticket $100 million round.
It's possible. Quite possible.
That is the situation.
So I will explain that. I really want you to speak on this. How do we begin to get governance right?
Well,
we've seen the different mistakes that the leadership and even the masses have made so far. What is now the way forward? How do we begin to get things?
Thank you, Mrs. Franca. We started it like Clevenard now. Clevenard is based in Spain. I think the person I'm speaking to, or speaking with me during the interview, is based somewhere in Nigeria. Now see the connection. I'm based in Sweden, but presently in Nigeria. But now we are now connecting to talk about this. I think we need more people to come on board and start talking about this. This is one method. Secondly, is what I'm doing. I'm getting involved in Nigerian politics. It's not easy, it's a price that we're paying. And then we need more of us to be genuinely interested. You see, now we can move this forward. And also the masses. We need a paradigm shift in the way we think. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, poverty might rob somebody of his dignity. Might rob somebody of his dignity. But you can still stand tall, irrespective of whatever. There are a lot of, I'll give you an example. People say, because I don't have this to eat, I don't have that to that, I don't that, I need money. See our girls. If they ask them, can you do this because of this, they'll say no. And when the financial reward is increased, they will say yes, they can do it. It's just to tell you, they too, they are not comfortable with little, but they have a price they can pay for a certain amount. It tells you basically they don't really have that value. If it's for financial reasons, they are doing that. If you and I, as we're doing now, we get more involved and we get other people to get involved in this and we start speaking up. I think that is the beginning. And when the times for electioneering, you know what I'm saying, this season comes, when people really stand up, they refuse the peanut and they are sincere with themselves. They jettison what they call political parties and look at the quality, exposure, and the future, the present and the future plan of whoever any party is presenting to them. Look at that, not looking at the cap or the 2,000 or 1,000 such an individual is going to give them. I think that is when we start getting it right. We've started it, but we need more people.
You and I, and just a few number of persons out there. Do you think that, considering the total number of people in Nigeria, can we really make any effective change?
My sister, I will tell you this. Most of the changes we see across the globe is not done by the majority. It's by the few committed people. It's by the few committed people being supported, you know what I'm saying? And when they present themselves, to the masses see the newness and support them. You don't need all Nigerians to make the change we need. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot. How many people are really exposed in Nigeria? Not to talk of, when we even talk of the level of illiteracy or illiterate in the literacy in Nigeria. Yes, we have more cases of illiterates, you know what I'm saying, in Nigeria than these. How many people can you say have access to what we are having access to now? Internet connectivity and being on these as we are. How many? Just few. But this few can pass the information. We can get back to the basics. get down to the grassroots, enlighten people. You know what I'm saying? Through that, I think we can start to make that change. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's a continuous thing. But when we're looking at the end in mind, and you look at it, it might not be me that will finish the race. You get what I'm saying? It might be the generation to come. But what you have impacted in them, you know what I'm saying? We make them the values. It's the values. It's the values. You get what I'm saying? That will make them to keep up the light. It's like candle. It's like, if you light your candle now, you light another one, it does not diminishes the first one. But the second one also brighten the house, the third one brighten the house. That is just the way it is. But when we keep it to ourselves, we are not ready to impact that value into all this. Of course, the first one we're born and it will die. That's just the way it is.
You're right. You're right. And thank you for that. You see, some people have actually recommends that a kind of leadership over responsibilities and their duties. Do you agree to this school of thought?
Come again, ma?
Yeah, I said there are some school of thoughts that possess that the leaders of this country needs a kind of institution where leadership can be taught, so that they know what it entails to be effective. Do you agree with this school of thought?
Yeah, I completely agree. Catch them young. I think we need to start thinking.
Okay.
I think we need to start thinking the kids, our children, what leadership is all about. Even right from home. Right from home. And they need to include it in our curriculum. The government needs to include it in our curriculum. It's not just about the leadership, it's about followership also. You get what I'm saying? The discipline, the values, the hard work. Once those are empathy, you get what I'm saying? Once those things are certain in certain ways, it's natural. It's a natural thing. And the duty of your country. You know your duty to your country, and what you can get in return from your country. But if those are not done, we are just kidding. The way everything is now, the way I've seen it, you know what I'm saying? We just have to be optimistic that someone will be able to impact this country. Basically, if you look at it on the surface, there's no hope. If you look at it on the surface, you know what I'm saying? You got to connect it with self-belief. But looking at everything how it's supposed to be, there's no hope. Especially for the downtrodden one, the masses, the base of the pyramid. The only hope I could see them having, you know what I'm saying, is not a positive one, in which we see it all around. You know what I'm saying? Yahoo, rituals, and all that. Fast money. Most of the average youth now don't know more than that. Especially the masses. The people, it's just the way it is. And we have the volume, the population is far, far more than, the people that are giving their children the quality education, some values. Even the values are getting, eroding, fast eroding. However, it's not, the situation is still not hopeless.
Yeah.
The situation is still not hopeless.
It's all right. A few months ago, I spoke with somebody, I saw one, a leader, but outside Nigeria itself, and he made mention of, I'm talking about the person of, you will know him, Dr. Philip Idaho, and we talked about a form of leadership, that a leadership institute that he was trying to set up. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but can you speak more of that? Because I know you have one or the other with Dr. Idaho. Is there anything of that nature?
Oh, wow. The person you mentioned now, I call it a mentor also. Is one of few Nigerians with the heart of patriotism. When we're talking of patriotism, I will call him a real patriot. Only few you can count on your fingertips. You know, he has done a lot. Before I answer that question, he has done a lot and he's still doing. And I wish and I hope that one day he will be in the position to govern this country. I hope. If not, it's unfortunate for the country. It will be unfortunate for the future generations. Talking of the school of leadership.
Well, you are saying in the future, why not now? What is hindering him? Why not now? Because I think I had opportunity of hearing one or two things from him, and I have actually the same thought pattern that you are having now. What is preventing him from coming on board now?
You know, that's a very good question. You could have asked him. I think he's on board. He's going for the presidential. You know, but when you look at the way everything is being played out now, you know what I'm saying? A lot needs to be done. And he's not a man that is short-sighted. Why do I say, if not now? You know what I'm saying? Because when you are going in for an election, it's always two things. You know what I'm saying? You either win or you don't get the ticket. You know what I'm saying? If you get the ticket, it's another ball game. But looking at the party we belong to, is all still about money politics. And he does not believe in money politics. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're using the delegate, they are not using the masses to elect this. It's all about money bags. We just have to be real with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one of them, most of them cannot get the election in the real sense if they don't pay people.
Yes.
Most of them. You get what I'm saying? And the person you did make mention of, Dr. Philip Idaho, is a man that doesn't believe in that. He's a real Democrat. He's a real patriot. I'm talking, that's why I said, if not now, in the near future. You get what I'm saying? But moving forward, you know, I'm involved in that project also because we have looked at it. How will we make this country forward? And it's not just a thing of now. We've been trying to work with some institutions. And we people are going to have the theoretical, practical exposure and mentorship, you know, in every facet, not just Nigeria, it's Africa. Okay. It's a long-term project. We're not looking at just Nigeria, we're looking at Africa. But it's like a puzzle. If you can get one side right, the other half will be fixed. That's where we believe if Africa and Nigeria can get it right, you know what I'm saying, the entire Africa will be fixed. No. You know, such a kind of a leadership which cuts across from all the continent. That is the program. But you know, such a thing does not always come that easy. It's a lot of sacrifice. It's a lot of hard work to be put in it. But we hope in the near future we will be able to do that, along with also you guys, you come on board to really promote it, to really get to the destination we're looking up to.
Amen. Is that right? 2023 is next year, and Nigeria is, I wouldn't say, I would have liked to use the word Nigeria is on fire, but let's just say, okay, let's not say things like that about it. Now, a few months back, when the presidential tickets and some other forms to be sold, we heard them, in fact, the outrageous amount of money that were placed on these tickets. Okay, now, what is your take on that? Because many people actually believe that this will actually push out those that will have even want to come in and make the necessary change. What is your take on that?
Well, as a socialist, I don't believe in that. I think the day the party did that was the day they sold the soul of the party. You know what I'm saying? That they moved from a pure socialist party to a capitalist party. But I hope those leaders could understand that.
Okay.
They really sold the soul of the party. You are a socialist party. And the cost of the fund for your presidential, most of the positions, elected positions, are beyond the GDP of your country. A country which is earning less than $2,500. That's just around $2,300 per GDP. You know what I'm saying? And you are making such outrageous amount. That is almost how much in dollars? Maybe how much is that in dollars if I have to put it? You know, that is true outrageous. It's so extremely outrageous. is understand that the party too doesn't even in a clear term. They don't even understand the ideology of the party. It's not about age. It's not about, you know what I'm saying, the length of year you have used in this. But what is the ideology of that party? If a party could fix such amount on the ticket for a presidential, even the president, how much? What is the take-home pay of the president per year? The president and the vice is $6,000 per annum, and you are fixing this almost how much?
Okay.
Almost 4 times the salary, 4 years their salary.
That's true.
In dollars. Come on, we should be real with ourselves. We should be real with ourselves, and they're not cutting for youth and this and that. Come on. How many of them have worked in their life? They have worked in their life as a civil servant, they could earn that without spending any kobo from their money. Put all of them together, people that are contesting now. Put all of them together, including the people, all the executive in the party, how much they have earned from the when they started working till the time they retire. Who have earned that? Collectively. Man, it is what it is. People, you know, because it's dominated by people that they are not questioned. Their source of wealth is not questioned. Their source of taxpayer, they should bring out their tax. All of them, they should ask them to bring out their tax papers. Yeah. And all of them, they are claiming that they bought the ticket. Who have bought those tickets for them? Let them bring out their tax papers. Come on, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. But people are not ready to speak up. They are waiting out this. No. I
think there I can be safe to say that things of that nature is actually what causes corruption. Do you agree with that?
1,000%.
If I have to spend such amount of money just to get that position, definitely when I get there, I want to make that money back as much as possible with interest in it.
Well, it might not really be. You know what I'm saying? It might not really be, but that decision encourages corruption. You might really get there. It might be contributed by people, but it's not such a short time. You get what I'm saying? Everything within this, even if you have people that are contributing it for you, you get what I'm saying? There are these people, there will be the corrupt people. Yeah, of course. On the average, it's even so messy that even the governor of Central Bank is coming out to even buy tickets where they are keeping the materials for the election. It's so messy. Anyway, I don't want to go deep into that because it's a party that when the time comes to discuss about that, we'll talk about that. But now I just want to talk about, as you rightly said, not to deviate from the what the main discussion of the day about the state of the nation. I don't want to concentrate on my party because it's across board, except few parties that really understand what it's all about.
Thank you. I quite agree with you on
that. It's all about.
Now, again, let's look at this scenario. You see, who says that we are consuming nation? Okay. Now, there are deficiencies in Nigeria because we discovered that Nigeria, we don't produce any entrepreneurial deficiencies in Nigeria. Being that Nigeria, we don't produce anything. Up to toothpick, we import everything. But to the average Nigeria, we believe anything that comes from diaspora is a lot better than what we have here. How do we begin to encourage people to go into businesses that can bring in things into the country and they can export and sell and they make profit in it as well?
How can we encourage them?
Yeah, I'm talking about efficiencies, lack of entrepreneurs in Nigeria. How do we begin to encourage these people, entrepreneurs, people that want to produce one or two things for exports?
Well, I think that has to do more with the government, because the physical policy and the monetary policy are the key. Entrepreneurs are there to make money. They are there to make profit.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, and some of this raw material, you have to import it. If you don't have everything with it, one way or the other, something to do the finishing of the job, you need to import it. And there's a lot of inconsistency in the flow of in the forex exchange.
Agree
You
that
know,
government business affects entrepreneurs.
of course, that is just it now. You can't do
That,
anything without them.
I want you to link this to how do we begin to get it right?
Well, when we can get the right people in power, that will make the right physical policy, and we get the right governor, central bank governor, make good monetary policies. You get what I'm saying? And with the government, everything boils down to the government because it's a win-win thing. You know, because but if you look at our own situation, we see money across the globe. How does the government generate their income? Strictly, it's mostly taxes and also selling natural resources, exchanging them. But in a situation whereby, and you need this money to exchange. In a situation whereby the rate of inflation in your country is not predictable in the sense that the budget basket we have the way it's been measured, but our own is quite unique that in the form that it's not you are not is we have the parallel market and we have the official rate. Now the genuine entrepreneur not really gets the money. You have to solve the money from the black market and the market. And the government because the money at the official rate. And something when you tell okay, you source your money from the parallel market. Maybe you source it at 600 and something to dollar, whereby the official rate is 441 or 400 or something. See the margin. And by the time you are even coming back, maybe you even import your goods. By the time you are importing, there's another policy. You know, you as an entrepreneur, you fix everything is fixed within a certain period of time. But unfortunately, by the time your goods is at the port, the policy already changed. And you have budgeted maybe a certain amount of money. But the people that are getting this money from the official, from the government, that official rate, they are coming back to sell the money, you know, at the parallel market. They're not really using it for what it's meant to be, what it's meant for. They are reselling it to the people that are not buying at their own profit margin. 441, 661, almost 400 gone in between. And at the same time, these forex dealers, government are still giving them incentives. That's what I'm trying to say there. The monitoring, the central bank, the physical, the monetary policy, the central banks are not even monitoring. Again, so these people they are giving money to, they have turned it to a kind of it's an environment that does not encourage entrepreneurs. Until we get the right government or the right people, we have the square hole in a square peg in a square hole. Without that, the hole for entrepreneur without doing Yahoo is very difficult.
So
It's pretty difficult. We have to be candid with ourselves. It's pretty difficult. You know, we have Nigerians. But in addition to that, there's a lot of ways. You know, the internet has turned it. People are making money on internet. A lot of Nigerians, if you turn your business, maybe we talk of production, it might be hard for us. You get what I'm saying? But in terms of services, we can leverage on that. You get what I'm saying? And at the same time, the government still need to make the country corruption free, in which the Nigerians are not blocked out. Will not be, you get what I'm saying? They'll not be blocked out on the internet. You know, because it's hard for you now to want to use your card to buy something internationally, even to access your account. Like some of us living in diaspora now, to access our account in terms of money transfer without using an intermediary is hard. Because you'll be blocked out. Because they are just afraid, okay, this is a corrupt thing. Maybe it's a kind of advanced fees fraud and all this and all that. I think everything boils down to the government. Nigerians, on the average, are hardworking people. But the society, the government is making them, people that have turned to people that don't even want to. They see free money. Because if somebody has stolen billions and nothing happened, why not them?
That's all right. Thank you so much. Now, we've been talking about sex patterns and all that. Ask them. Actually, okay, for Nigeria to move well or move forward, Nigeria has to be fixed. Now, I actually get confused here because for me, when you are talking about Nigeria, you are talking about Nigeria. But most people don't really take it from that perspective. How do you fix it without first of all fixing Nigeria?
Come again?
Is it
Please, come
possible
again.
for us to fix Nigeria without fixing Nigerians?
Is it possible for us to?
Is it possible to fix Nigeria without fixing Nigerian? Is it possible to change Nigeria without changing Nigerians?
Well, you can fix Nigeria without changing Nigerians.
But who Nigerians made up Nigeria?
Yes.
Yeah, so can you just explain?
As I'd rightly said to you, the people that are making these changes are not majority. Well, all we just need to do, you get what I'm saying, is just for some of our Nigerians, you get what I'm saying, to have a paradigm shift in the way we think. Fixing them totally, you get what I'm saying, it depends on the rule of law, the policy, the laws, the policy being set, and the rule of law. If our judiciary is fixed to some extent, and how many Nigerians are in the judiciary, even if our politics is not really fixed, you get what I'm saying, it will fix itself. Because if you embezzle any money, you get what I'm saying, and the judiciary really play their part, and our prison services play their part, and our security outfit, like the police, military, all of them, they are playing their part. Everything will set in place. You don't need to fix those the politicians. They will run away from politics. You get what I'm saying? That's what I said. Even the masses that are collecting money, you get what I'm saying? Once majority of them, maybe few of them have been taken, I'll use an example, sentenced to life imprisonment. I'm not agitating for capital punishment. But once something is being done, agitating is being, you know what I'm saying? Things they will take shape. That's what I'm saying. How can you really fix the entire Nigerians? You can't fix the entire Nigerians to fix Nigeria. If we are waiting for that, my sister, we are waiting for Jesus to come. We are waiting for Jesus to come. In my own opinion, even in advanced countries, you see, these are our leaders. These are our so-called, you call them big men, the elite. Let them get to embassy. Big madam, big women will turn to normal person. Not inside the embassy, outside the embassy. They are watching us, the camera is there and that. They start behaving. Once they get to this most advanced country, they turn to normal people. But once they come back, before anything happens, do you know where I am? Do you know where I am? It's so mundane and so they start playing Lego. That's what I'm saying. You don't need, and even back in the diaspora, in the real developed world, it's just the rule of law. You know what I'm saying? That is in place. Who cares who you are? We have criminal-minded citizens also. But when they look at the consequences, it tends to, they want to do it secretively or avoid it in total. A lot of people want to dodge taxes, but they know that at the end of the day, if they are caught, they are going to pay through their nose. It tends to retrieve, try to recalculate and see how they could do it. And in developed world also, that is why the rich, the way they do it, the elite, the power brokers, they do it in a way that the taxes are paying them. Their taxes are on their side. They do the law in a way they don't understand the law that they can make money. they make a lot of money. They don't evade tax hardly, but they burn taxes by understanding the law around it. But in our own setting, it's outrightly stealing, outright corruption, and they drip blastly that nothing, even if something happened, at the end of the day, they come out, and this mass is still celebrating the, the rogues, the thieves. Conclusively, if I have to summarize that, it's just few of us, and most of you, the media people, we need to follow up. And some of us need to be active there. You need to follow up. We need to follow up. We need to follow up.
Is that right? Thank you so much. Now we need to get back to you. You are vying for the position of the House of Rep in your state, right? I want you to say one or two things you have for your people.
Well, I'm looking forward to be on the ballot box, on the ballot paper, and for my constituency, because my constituency is not just my own local constituency, because at this level we're making the laws for the country. But we are bringing it from the perspective of my constituency. But if I have to put it in, because this is not a kind of a campaign ground, just for me to say something, in which I will want everyone contesting for that position to understand their function, because majority don't even understand the function and their roles. And I could say this because even the president one in my constituency took forth, and they gave him, they gave him to be on the INEC, the ballot paper. When he speaks, you understand that one doesn't understand anything, unlike majority. My role is to represent them, to serve as their as a constituency servant. And what servant means to them depends on them. And also to represent them on issues, on different matters that might come up, they're already dealing with, and they might even come up in the near future. And also, the laws that have been on ground, that have been passed, I need the oversight of those things that they are done properly, across the country, but representing them to make sure that, okay, it's been done properly. And also to educate and communicate with them how their lives could be better than the way it is now. What we need to improve on, what we need to change, and what idea we could bring on board to make that constituency a better place, and Nigeria as a whole. That is educating and communicating with them. And also my responsibility is to ensure that, as the party even performing, to ensure that we are able to develop the political party and retain power if we are really doing the right thing. Office management is part of it. Bringing investors is part of it. Creating jobs is part of it. But however, if you come to that, they just think the job of a congressman or a member House of Rep is just an oversight and make laws. It's far, far beyond that. That is why the crop of in the National Assembly now, both the upper and the lower chamber, we have some people, they are sound ones. The sound that understand it. But majority still need to do an upgrade. They need to get back citizens, and the should also teach them to be done. Thank you.
Mr. Lawal, thank you so much. We are still talking of the state of the nation, Nigeria, and towards 2023 general election. Now, for our last one, what
Hello.
to every Nigerian, to every youth, regards 2023 election?
I can't hear anything now.
Okay, I just asked your advice. Your advice. What advice do you have for the youth and then the populace, that is Nigerians, towards the 2023 general election? The last word for them, please. Hello, Mr. Lawal. Hello, Mr. Lawal.
Regarding 2023 election.
Sorry about the glitch in transmission. Mr. Lawal, we are still with you. And I asked the question, I said, towards general 2023 general election, what is your advice to the youth and the populace?
Well, that was a very good one, and I've been getting that a lot from different press people. My advice is in two categories. One, it's not too late for each and every person to still find a political party to join. Please, you might not be an active player, just get the cards. Two, to ensure that one, they get their PVC. And two, if they've gotten the PVC, try to check if it needs to be renewed. In so doing, they will be able to vote on the election day. And apart from voting on the election day, the card could still help them to recall, recalling any of the people they voted or they not voted for, that is not really living up to their expectations, or they're not living according to their promises. That is my advice for the Nigerians, for the masses now. And if they like, they should still go back to the poll. If they like, they should still go back to the poll and take the peanuts. Wow, garbage in, garbage out. But if you still be better for them, I would rather even put it best for them if they vote their conscience and be part of this progress, the desire for their country, for themselves, the children, and the generation upon. In so doing, we can start to set Nigeria back on track. Thank you, Mrs. Franca.
That's all for today, viewers. I hope for the past 1 hour you've been with us. You've learned one or two things that we ought to know about Nigeria and the nation building. Building Nigeria is not just a one-man thing, it is an individual thing. So let's do 2030 general election. Let's all arise and make the necessary change in Nigeria. Till next week, I remain Franca Idemudia on my opinion.